Alright, what's up guys? Lord Sebas here, and welcome to this replay cast of Warcraft Legacies. So, I've witnessed this game earlier. I was the host, and I was watching the game, but I had to go. But the game was really fun, so I was like, let me take a replay, and then later I'll cast it in its entirety. And so here it is. Yep, this is the game. So let's present the players first of all. We have Afterglow playing Frostwolf, Augustin playing Lordaeron, Boxy playing Quel'Thalas, Dravir playing Scourge, Retria playing Dwarves, Linaz playing Warsong, Donivory playing Felhorde, Tvnir playing Dalaran, Arkplease playing Goblins, Xinth playing the Forsaken, Royce playing Stormwind, Bubba So playing Druids, Rolf playing Scarlet, Good Guy Nick playing the Draenei, White playing the Black Empire,
I cannot summon there.
Jordan Brown playing Illidan, Bjornen playing Khatun, Wolfclaw playing Zandalar, Aizen playing Sentinels, Chucky playing Twilight Hammer, Kalsem playing Gilneas, Aze117 playing Kultiras, and finally Wallander playing Legion. Okay, so what's going on in this game? So the first thing we want to look at is the Draenei here in Tempest Keep fighting the Felhorde, and the Felhorde are going to have a real hard, not the Felhorde, the Draenei are going to have a real hard time surviving against the Felhorde, because the Draenei are pretty weak and they don't have a lot of income. They cannot build any more workers and they basically have to survive as long as possible. But the Felhorde are definitely going to be showing them the business. Alright, over here we have some advanced strats from Frostwolf. Using these wolves to capture this point. Sadly, this is not a strat anymore because it won't give the goblin this base. The goblin here is going to be building his trading ships, as you can see. We'll keep an eye on that. And the Warsong is going to be expanding into Ashenvale and pushing into the Barrens, as you can see creeping here. So the goblins will be building trading ships, who will automatically bring gold back and forth. Alright. Let's take a look here. So Lordaeron should be destroying the infected farm, as you can see here, because the Forsaken player over here will be infecting farms with his invisible cultists, and those farms will give him income. So as an alliance, you should be aiming to destroy as much as you can with them. Okay. Zandalar will be taking control of their island here pretty shortly. Right about now. There you go. That's Dazar Alor taking control of. So they're going to send their worker and start cutting lumber. It's very important because you need to be building an armada. So here you go. Stormwind here, unlocking their cities. Hogger is still alive. The dwarves will also be taking their territory. Now if we move up to the North Alliance, we have here Lordaeron fighting the Marauders here on the Black Rock encampment. So they're going to be fighting these. If we go down, we have Dalaran over here destroying farms. Very good by them. Let's take a look at the vision here. And Boxy will be clearing their territory of trolls. Okay, so it's looking good for the Alliance. Over here, Scarlet will be training their heroes and demi-heroes, and they're already building their guard posts. Basically, the more they upgrade these, the more income they get from the surrounding land. It's like a tax for protection. So they've already started building one here. Kultiras are still fighting to get back their ship, but they're doing pretty good. They're almost inside. Once they're inside, they need to come over here and destroy the Blade Master, and then they can get control of the ship.
Our warriors have engaged the enemy.
Alright. We see here the Sentinels already took control of Astronar and Ashenvale, and they're moving south into the pass here, and they're going to be trying to take Feathermoon Stronghold, a very powerful base for them in the south of the area. Warsong is finally finished clearing the barrens, like all the creeps here were taken care of. And the Frostwolves will be moving to challenge Korgal to take control of Stonemold Keep. As you can see here, we see the little quest symbol because the player 1 is Frostwolf, so we see like what their quest objectives are. Alright, and the Druids have been taking care of the Horned Guardian and it will awaken Furion soon enough. Very good, very good. So over here we see the Draenei are almost completely pushed. And the Felhor will be moving through the Exodar. The Exodar is very tanky, but quite slow to destroy, and it has a small attack, so you need to make sure to eliminate the Draenei before. Which will happen, like there's way too many fellows, so the Draenei will be fighting a desperate battle to try and defend their ship, but they are destined to die, basically. There is no way out.
Our warriors have engaged.
The Black Empire is not yet built their herald. I guess they're still making sure their forces are ready, because once they go to Northrend, they could get attacked by the Scourge over here. The Scourge is clearing slowly but surely. Let's take a look.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Yeah, they're clearing slowly but surely the Northrend here, sending units a bit all over the place and destroying the Nerubians in the tunnel. The Legion here is taking control of Argus. It's defended by some very powerful Draenei units, so it can be a challenge to destroy. Okay. Now you can see that dwarves are already ready to move south. They have taken control of Ironforge and Gnomeron. Stormwind has also unlocked their capital, so they will also be ready to move south, and just in time when the Felhorde is basically destroying the Exodar. The Felhorde should really be killing the units instead of focusing on this. They should kill all the Draeneis, and once the Draeneis are dead, then they can focus the Exodar. This is not a really good strategy. You're losing a lot of units. So, as you can see, the Draenei escaped just in time. And yeah, that gives Elfire Citadel to the Felhorde. Okay, now here the Frostwolf is working towards taking Feathermoon Stronghold, I guess. But as you can see, it's still invulnerable. I think the Sentinels have stayed. Let's see where they are. Sentinels are... Okay, they're coming, they're coming. They're on their way, but they might be too late because, as you can see, Frostwolves have already a big army here. If we look at the Warsong, with their Siege Warshog, they are building... they're building their siege. They have very powerful siege units, and they also have already unlocked Orgrimmar, so you can see they're building their Korkan leads, very powerful units. So here they're going to be pushing inside Ashenvale, but they're going to be met by the Druid army, mountain giants, green dragons, saplings, and dryads. And yeah, so let's see this little skirmish here with the Kodos and War Machines. The Warsong have a very static gameplay where they have Kodos and War Machines building up, and they have a very strong front line. And that's basically how they work. They have a lot of siege weapons. You can see here the Azeroth siege tanks that are only available if you unlock Orgrimmar. And these are extremely powerful. They have a siege mode that you can see in action, no doubt, later. Over here, the Alliance is probably going to be pushing the Forsaken pretty soon. As you can see here, they're probably finishing off the Plague right now. Or no, they're even just killing their peasants. Yeah, they're making sure the peasants are dead. So we'll go back to the fight here in Ashenvale. As you can see, the first Azeroth siege engine is coming. And they have a short range when not siege mode. You can see they just fire normally, but if you put them in siege mode, they'll gain a very powerful attack with a big range. So here the the reinforcements from the Draenei are coming over with the Sentinel to try and help the Druids. And as you can see, the Warsong will have to retreat. It's 3 versus 1, so it's definitely a very hard fought battle. They have a fairly strong defensive position here at the Warsong Lumber Camp, so they'll probably be fine. Now, let's see what the Kulturas is up to. For now, I guess not much. They're just using their capital ship to take over some islands. See, so they will create the entrance and then take some control points. The Alliance is still just clearing out their peasants and their farms, not doing too much. And we'll take a look. Oh, here we go. So, does the Felhorde have an army? Yes, they do. They're killing Murmur right now. So we'll keep an eye up north here. But the Felhorde will have to defend against the forces of the South Alliance. Is Dwarf nearby? Let's see. Where is Dwarf? So Dwarf is killing Blackrock Spire. So until then, Stormwind will be by themselves. So you can see they're going to be pushing in. Hellfire is quite a tough fortress to take. But right now there's no defenders. Here they come. They're fairly late. So the Felhorde will already be losing the Flame Pillars, which is quite bad. Over here we have the Frostwolf that made a big push on the Night Elves. And you can see the siege of the Warsong really taking shape now. They're really starting to pile these siege engines up. And Rexar is being focused and they're downing those. A very strong AoE by Velen. But the Warsong and the Frostwolf together are quite strong indeed. And the Sentinels still haven't unlocked their Feather Moon, so they're quite late. Alright. Over here, the Felhorde has just joined the battle in Hellfire, and Stormwind will have to retreat without the help of the dwarves. Yeah, as you can see, the dwarves are like, wait for me. And a small victory for the Felhorde. Okay, let's see. The Scourge is still in Northrend, I guess, gathering their supply. And the Forsaken have 2,000 gold. They should really be training some more units. Okay, we'll go back to the fight in Kalimdor here. The Sentinels and one Draenei and a few Draeneis are still holding this Astronaut base, but the Warsong here is firmly pushing into the see, so now there you go, that's siege mode. They're still pretty vulnerable, so you need to be careful with their positioning. As you can see, they die really fast, but they have a very strong attack, as you can see, just melting these caster lines here. Very strong. Right. So now we have the South Alliance uniting over here. This is going to probably spell bad news for the Felhorde, who has really low upgrades. At this point in time, you probably want more upgrades. You can see the allies getting ready here to invade the Skolomens as soon as it opens. How many gold does he have? He still have 2,000 gold. He should really be spending it. That's quite bad. Yeah, if you don't spend your gold, then it's going to spell bad news for for you. I mean, 2,000 gold in this map is huge. Most gold mines don't have that much, so yeah. We'll go back to the fight here. So the Sentinel and Draenei are going down, and Vindicator the Marad is being a bit adventurous. So the Sentinels are holding, but there's a lot of powers, and there we go. The Zandalar Empire has come to the Horde's aid. So you have the Stormworm, the Raptor Riders, Gazrilla. We have a fairly strong armies of the Trolls pushing in, and that's going to be very hard for the Night Elves. They're already playing a losing battle. Yeah, as you can see, these are neutral, which means they weren't unlocked. So the Druid was pretty slow and never unlocked their quest. Okay. Over here, there's nothing much going on. They're still waiting for play to happen, and when it does, it's gonna spell doom for the poor Scarlet, who has still 2,000 gold. We have a giant battle here in Outland, but as you can see, half their army, or even more, is not there. So the Fellhorde is basically fighting with half their strength. I mean, look at all these troops over here. So it's going to be a very tough battle, and Stormwind has better upgrades than the Fellhorde. 2-2 versus 2-1. Kind of worrying if you ask me. So they're definitely going to be fighting this one, not giving up. The Hellfire Citadel is a pretty powerful siege attack. It's very slow, but it does help. But as you can see here, the front line and the heel of the Stormwind, and here comes the Solar Flare, or I think it's the EMP strike from the Wizard Tower, dispelling the whole army. So quite a battle. He's not using his healing wards, he really should. I think it would be a big help to his fighting prowess if he was using the healing ward, because he has quite a big army that is not getting healed. And as you can see, the Stormwind frontline is not bucking, using those Fellhorde Warlocks and basically targeting the elites. See, these Stormwind champions, they're extremely tough to kill if you do not focus fire them. So you have the tanks behind the shelling. So a very dominant position for the South Alliance, and the Fellhorde will sadly not survive this. Alright, over here we have the Scourge that just TP'd in the North Alliance, and that means that the forces of the North Alliance need to back up and go help. But as you can see, the Forsaken died with almost 2,000 gold, so that's a bit questionable. I mean, you should really spend your money. It's a good tip in general. Just use your cash because you don't have a lot of it. If you look at good players, let's say Lenaz, there you go, only 100 gold, and they are fighting. They're pretty active. As you can see, there's a big push going on inside the Druid base here with all these war machines and dinosaurs. And if you look at Augustin, once again, very little money in the bank. So definitely these players know what they're doing, and they're spending their cash as much as possible. Now the Goblin over here is still chilling in their island, not doing much, which is fine. They're building up their economy. Zandalar is still building up their fleet. So let's have a look at Kulturas. So Kulturas here are going inside their capital ship. They're going to be building their forces. I'm not sure what they're going to do with them. We'll keep an eye on them, and we'll see where they go. Alright. Now Illidan here just finished unlocking his base. So as you can see, he has a Najatar. But to get out, he needs to choose a path. So we'll wait and see what path he chooses. And yeah, we'll have a look. Over here you can see the Frostwolf is fighting the Sentinel in a bitter battle for Oberdine. So let's take a look at the battle here. Scourge versus the North Alliance, and to be honest, it's probably not gonna go very well. The North Alliance has many units, and the Scourge is a bit isolated. Their Forsaken got taken out immediately, and where is the Legion? The Legion went to Outland, and they do not have anything. They have 15 food. They have basically nothing. So the Legion is inconsequential. The Scourge is falling to the might of the Alliance. Down goes the Nubarak. And yeah, that's about it. And yep. So we'll go back to Kalimdor. As you can see, the droids were taken care of. Here's the trading zeppelins. They're uncontrollable. They're just there to collect gold over time. And the war song is going to be moving. See, that's another of the war machine, the war station, that provides a Nora. to all the units around, and also a supporting fire. They're pretty tanky also. You have the War Machine, the Azeroth Siege Engine, and the War Station. Okay. Over here we have Khatun. They're finally ready. They should be ready fairly soon to open their door and to attack the world. And over here the Black Empire is summoning their last obelisk. Once they do summon that obelisk, they will have a permanent path open. All these portals here will become permanently open and will connect to Azeroth from their world of Nayotla. A very cool alternate dimension. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so Illidan went for the N'Zoth path, as you can see. Here's Ashara. So, did he notice that he unlocked this base? I guess not, he's not moving any of them. Okay. And here we have some wasps farming this camp. Okay, so we'll wait for the Anchorage door to open, and the Twilight Hammer is also ready for war. As you can see, they have their Death Knights, their Nether Dragons, Ogre Magi, Phase Grenadiers. So we'll wait and see. The Old God's forces will be poised to strike any time now. Meanwhile, the dwarves here are finishing off the Fell Horde. And here comes Lady Vash, joining the forces of Ashara. Okay. So that's a transport ship. That is a goblin transport ship. It seems to be going Northrend. So maybe Horde is looking to invade Northrend. And at the same time, you can look over here that Dalaran is also looking to invade Northrend. So the North Alliance and the Horde are going to be attacking the poor Scourge, who was left alone. You can see he still has a big army and 4-3 upgrades, which is really commendable. Oh, and here we go. Here are the Nayotla portals all opening, as you can see. So now they can basically attack anywhere they want. They can go Northrend, they can go Uldum, and they can go Twilight Highlands over here. We will see where these old gods decide to strike. There's as well a portal here, as you can see, that will lead to Nazjatar. So this portal leads directly to Nayotla. Okay. You can see the Royal Guards being trained here. Very, very powerful Naga units. Probably the most powerful elite in the game. An elite is a limited heroes that are extremely powerful. And over here, I think Kultiras will try to move in onto Zanlar's island. Of course, they need to get away from Dazar Alor, because as you can see, it has a powerful anti-ship attack. So you need to avoid landing around this very fearsome base. So as you can see, they're going to be landing up here at the coast here, and we'll see what happens of this fight. The trolls just finished loading all their units inside their golden vessels. And yeah, this is not going to go well for these transport.
Our warriors
They're going to get boarded, and there you go. Just cleared up pretty fast. But over here, as you can see, the capital ship is unloading with these cannons, and Dalen Prodmore just going in by himself. So all these troops are probably going to have to be recalled, I will assume. Okay. Over here we have the Nagas killing one of the boats. And yes, here we have the goblins and the Warsong pushing to the north. Also, how did these guys die? Where is this guy fighting? Ah, there you go. So the Black Empire was pushing north at the same time as the North Alliance, and the Black Empire basically got destroyed. And now the Scourge is basically gonna hide in Icecrown and hope that the Horde and the North Alliance fight each other. So the goblins are moving here in Dragonblight. The North Alliance will be moving into the Crystal Song Forest. And ooh, at the same time we have the Cthulhu, the Anchorage door opening. And here you go, the forces of Cthulhu will pour out of the gate. Excellent. Meanwhile, the Twilight Hammer, let's try and find them. They will be moving through Nayotla and towards Uldun, so they're going to be going Kalimdor, which is an interesting decision considering the North Alliance. The Alliance has an extremely powerful game right now, so it's going to be tough fighting them. We'll see what happens. Right now, the Alliance are extremely strong, as you can see. So we have the goblins. Some sappers or saps are going to die. Yeah. But the War Song is going to be in position. They're going to be sieging up their Azerite engine. And there you go, siege up and try to hold this defensive position. A very powerful choke point. And a very nice concave with all their siege. So we will look at this battle. So it's Dalaran and Lordaeron versus the War Song. But over here we have Tinkers that are going to be coming in, and their rockets are quite powerful. And the North Alliance will be looking at this and thinking that their chances are slim. So they're going to try to run away, but the Scourge is coming in, so really Dalaran is really stuck in the middle of all these armies. It's not going to end very well for them. So they're going to try and do their last stand against the War Song, but they just get cut down completely. Meanwhile, over here, Lordaeron is going to be fighting the goblins. But goblins' armies are pretty strong. Okay. Meanwhile, the War Song is going to be fighting the Scourge, but here comes the crossbow to help them, making this fight very difficult for the Scourge. Basically 2 versus 1. We had the Plague Titans here, and even then the Goblins coming behind. Wow, this is rough. Here you go, getting completely gunned down by the goblins, literally. Okay, and here is the Catalysm, Deathwing joining the fight. And we have the Troll Zandalar here trying to fight Anchorage. Quite a fight in the desert. We have the Cthulhu over here, the giant scarabs, the corruptors, the Culver statues. Really epic battle. Rastakhan running away. He doesn't like the front line too much. And I think that there's a bit too much tentacles. Whoops. Cartoon I-Beam really going to be... Well, Dire Horns are extremely tanky, so it's not doing much. They have a passive that basically reduces their damage. But the tentacles will also be attacking. So, oh, and here comes Zoth, another old god. There you go, extremely dangerous. So Zoth has a really slow but really powerful long-range attack, and we have even Alakir here, the Wind Lord. So the trolls are going to be forced to retreat. In the north, a new development, we have the dwarves coming in to reinforce the alliance, and the horde has went back and decided instead to push over here. A very interesting decision. I think the alliance is more dangerous. The goblins over here will be trying to block the advance of the alliance, but as you can see, this is looking pretty dire. And the goblins will have to basically run away from the impending doom that is the dwarves and the Lordaeron push. The Warsong hold over here is safe for now. Oh no! A Porkon Elite is going to basically get sniped by the Alliance forces. Yep. Augustin is not going to miss that chance to kill this poor dude. There we go. And over here, a really epic fight in Ice Ground. You have the Kodo Bees, the War Station, the War Machines. Really, the Frostwolf and the Goblin protecting the rear from the advancing Alliance. Oh god, these tanks really do pack a punch. Okay, and the Scourge is faltering. Really, they didn't have enough to fight the strength of the Horde. So Thrall is going to be taking the Elm of Domination, and this is going to be it for the poor Scourge. Meanwhile, if we take a look, the Alliance is going to be mustering in the Sholazar Basin, and the Goblins are going to be very pushing, but I think Gallywix is done for. He's gonna get cross-bolted, or not. Ah, there you go. Jaster Gallywix got destroyed completely, and these assault tanks are slowly but surely running out of fuel. So he's going to have to refuel them, and that's gonna be very bad news. Right. We have some healing wards here, and the Tinkers have been repairing the tanks. That's your only way to heal them without except repairing them. The war stations are getting targeted, so yeah. War machines are really really weak. So and we have the Kololas Helves coming in from the side. So I think what they plan to do here is TPing out, because this is way, and Dalaran coming in from the tunnels. Okay, this is now. Oh no, Gazelle, what are you doing? This is, yeah, there you go. So they are TPing out, and the Goblin doesn't have any heroes, so they're going to be losing everything. So down goes the tank. Down goes the other tank. And down goes the fuel transport, and that's a cleanup. That is a cleanup. Okay. Interesting. Let's have a look. Where is everyone? So Dalaran, North Alliance is up there. Where is Stormwind? Oh! So Stormwind has landed in South Alliance and have killed Nozoth. So over here the Black Empire is going to try and fight Stormwind, but Stormwind is pretty powerful with 4 or 5 upgrades. The Black Empire only has 33 upgrade and much less population, 50 versus 138. So over here this fight is probably going to go very badly for Black Empire. Look at this giant army from the Stormwind forces. I do not. Yeah, here comes the EMP strike. And not looking good at all. Here come the thrust balls. They do a lot of damage, but you need more of them, not 2. You need like 12. So the deformed chimeras are gonna run away, and that was the end of the Black Empire army. Khatoon over here is going to be mustering his forces at his gate. Where is the Twilight Hammer? Meanwhile, Twilight Hammer is in Nayotla, not doing much.
Our allied town is being attacked. We're under attack.
They are going to get invaded by the North Alliance pretty soon, so if I were them, I would go and defend. We'll see where they go. So over here the Warsong is going to be fighting Stormwind. But as you can see, teleports are coming in from the allies, so the Warsong, Lina is seeing that, he's like, oh, oh no! So we have Dalaran that's summoned here, and we have the dwarves that came in. So once again, a very united alliance, and Warsong will need help from his allies. The Frostwolf just cleared out Feathermoon Stronghold, and Goblin has been rebuilding his forces here. While Zandalar are all their armies are in ships, so they could land behind the alliance. That could be a very powerful move. But as you can see, the Warsong has to run away because this allying force is really scary. There you go. So running, and here comes Zandalar from behind, and they're going to land in the beach over here and start destroying this base. And here the Azeroth Wars machine, they're fairly expensive, so you don't want to be losing them with like this. And that was pretty costly by Linaz. This retreat is brutal. They're also losing Photo Beasts. So over here, Zandalar is going to be unloading. I'm not sure where they are going.
We're under attack. Town is being attacked.
They're running. So, okay. Meanwhile, the Alliance is going to keep pushing. They're going to be pushing into Stone Mole, and the march is there. Where is Frostwolf? Frostwolf are killing the Direwolf. Okay. They're completing their quest. But as you can see, the Alliance is very close to winning. So, oh, look at that! The Blood Elves have went for the independence here. So they went for the in search of new masters. Interesting. Meanwhile, Lordaeron is trying to CP snipe Kalimdor, but the grunts of the Warsong are solid. And over here we have someone who's going to reinforce Warsong. My guess is Goblins. Oh no, Frostwolf. So here you go. Frostwolf with Director Book are going to be joining up with Warsong. Meanwhile, since the Twilight Citadel was destroyed, we have Uther over here forging Ashbringer in the Great Forge. So you can see he's channeling Ashbringer. And Dalaran over here will be skirmishing, and there's the goblins. So now we have the almost a full horde. Zandalar over here are pushing Stormwind, but I do not think it is going too well. Stormwind pretty powerful at this point in the game, much better upgrade. So these dinosaurs are gonna be focused down and taken care of. So over here we have a big battle, Dalaran and Lordaeron versus the Horde. I do not think they have a chance. If you look at this Horde, it's extremely powerful. The tanks, the siege engines, Thrall ultimate. Yeah, this is quite a battle. We have Grom in the sideline, but getting trapped. Oh no! Grom has been focused down, almost went down. Really good move by Lordaeron, the Augustin player, right away shackling, but Lina has good reflex, immediately windwalk as soon as he can and got away from there. We have the militia here with Gyarados giving some buffs to the Alliance, and as you can see, this battle is just incredible. Stormwind coming to reinforce Lordaeron and Dalaran. We have the siege engine firing from afar and the war stations. So really, what a fight! It seems to be Warsong Horde favored. Yeah, the rockets are coming in, and the tanks are firing. The Frostwolf casters are staying are reviving the Torrents on the front line. So this is really some great display by the Horde, and the Alliance fought really well, but they quickly identified they have to retreat. But if I were them, I would run away because this mass of units are not stopping anytime soon. Meanwhile, the dwarves have been cleaning out the trader, who is Quel'Thalas. That's why he left, and that's why he wasn't present, because he had to deal with the Blood Elves. Over here we have the Lordaeron trying to run as far as he can. He's probably going to TP any time now. And here's the reveal, so I think he correctly identifies I should get out of here. Let's see what he does. The horde is coming, the tanks and the... Yeah, I would not stick around. Okay, so they're going to take the boat and leave. That's fairly risky, but boats are pretty tanky. Oh, however, there's a frigate here. Oh no! Frigates can board ships and making them unable to move. So if this frigate catch up to this boat is probably dead. Oh, smart, very smart. He knew he couldn't outrun the frigate, so instead he moved here, and then this whole army is too far away to stun him. What a move by Augustin. Really smart, quick thinking. Okay, so let's see who's left. We have Chucky, the Twilight Hammer, that has been clearing Stormwind here. Wow. So they've decided not to wait around and taking matters into their own hands. Katoon over here is holding this concave. Well, you don't want to come in here. Definitely not.
Our allied town is being attacked.
The dwarves have been securing Northrend. As you can see, they're clearing up the peons from Linnes, from the War Song. The Scarlet Crusade has not been doing much, and the Horde just secured their territory, as you can see here. Okay. Let's see what is Ashara doing. Oh, so Ashara is taking control of the Tomb of Sargeras. They're gonna claim the Eye of Sargeras for themselves. Very interesting. Let's take a look. Augustin has been forming up over here in Lordaeron. I wonder why, honestly. But he seems really ready for something. Good guy Nick has been clearing some islands. He and trying to get things. Oh, there you go. That's why. So the Scarlet Crusade has gone solo. They have unleashed, but the problem is that Lordaeron's army are right here, and they're not happy with the treacherous Scarlet Crusade and their fanatic ways. So I think this is going to go very bad for the Scarlet. We'll see. This is probably Dalaran peeping in. Yep, here's Dalaran with the mass teleport from Jaina. Where's Jaina? Somewhere in the middle of those units. And here is the Scarlet Monastery. They are building troops, and they have very powerful ones, but I do not think they can survive this. We'll see. Gary Thalton is going to join out inside the temple. Let's see Augustin point of view. They're just going to be smacking the monastery instead of going in. That's fair enough. And destroying their base. An eye on this. They are not moving in yet. They just prefer to destroy the monastery. Let's look at Stormwind. Stormwind are basically they mustered here in Goldshire. Okay. Zandalar. Oh, Zandalar are going to invade here Dalaran. Okay, that's very interesting. Very interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on this. The goblins, they have their fuel tank over here.
I laugh in the face of danger.
Okay, so not much going on here. This is kind of like the Cold War, the phony war.
Our warriors have engaged.
And quite a powerful fleet by the Draenei player. 3 cruisers. That's a pretty sizable force. Over here, the Zandalar have finally landed on Kalimdor, on North Alliance, and going to be destroying the poor Shadowfang keep. Okay. Frostwolf are... Oh, they're going to be moving in this force here. Where's Khatoon? Oh, Khatoon died. Oh, Khatoon died. But there is still Deathwing, so... And is Alakir death too? Let's see. Oh, yeah, Twilight Hammer left, so Alakir is probably down. Okay. So I guess the Horde has finally decided to put an end to the old god spread once and for all. So over here we have the Siege Tank, we have the Farseers. There you go, Siege up. The Goblins are far behind, the Frostwolf are moving in their casters. Okay, Karn in the front line, the total badass. Yep. And how's Deathwing looking? Pretty healthy, so... what a battle here again, once again. Really a lot of stuff going on. Rockets going on in the back line of the tomb. Securing out this area. And Deathwing still firing. And that's a lightning shield. And that's the end of it. Deathwing is going to be focused down. And that will be the end of Deathwing. There you go. So, not looking good for Khatoon. No, no, no. Meanwhile, Dalaran here seems like they wiped out. No, Zandalar escaped. Dalaran simply recaptured their territory here. Okay, let's have a look. What's Illidan up to? So Illidan is in the Broken Isle, just chilling with their troops, while their ally is getting basically rushed by the Horde. No pity. And the tanks are just left there to their own accord. Ah, there you go. Siege up and move up. Now the Draenei with their hero squad are going to be moving back to their island here. They're chilling. A lot of cruisers. Wow. They're really building up that fleet, huh? They taking control of all these fringe islands and control points, trying to get as much money as they can.
Our town is under
The Scarlet Crusade is still holed up in their monastery. They do have quite a big army here, but they have not moved out. And Lordaeron has been cleaning up their last remaining assets. Meanwhile, Stormwind has been cleaning up the assets of the Blood Elves. Where is the dwarf? The dwarf is still in Northrend. Oh, okay, so the dwarf reinforced Northrend. He was like, no more invasion. And here you go. Here you go. The Alliance will try once again to land the Horde. The Horde looking very dangerous now, finishing off Khatoon.
Work complete. Just for soldiers.
Okay. Salt tanks, have the shredders. They're slowly running out of fuel, those shredders. And as you can see these guys are this guy is out of fuel, so he's stuck there. Okay, so here comes the Alliance. So the Stormwind is building, the dwarves are home, and this is probably Dalaran TPing or Lordaeron. Yeah, there we go. Lordaeron is TPing. The Alliance still very scary. Frostwolf probably the bad moment. Yep, they just saw those buildings, but they're going to have a big surprise here. Yep. Frostwolf is going to fight us, but their heroes are all down here. Okay, there you go. Now they know this and they're like, oh, this is not a place to be. I'm trying to retreat, but A lot of them are going to get caught. Okay, meanwhile though, the Warsong has taken the Anchorage tunnels over here and decided to take the fight directly to the Alliance.
We're under attack.
Let's see how this evolves. Meanwhile, Najatar is going to be moving in. Oh, that's a dead ship. Yep. All these units are dead. And the Nagas with a pretty scary army are going to be moving in into the North Alliance territory.
Our town is under
Our
siege.
allied town.
So Linus is basically gonna ignore them and is instead going to be trying to push in Northrend and also pushing in the south. Meanwhile, Frostwolf and Goblins are going to be defending Kalimdor, is my guess. I wonder where Sandalar army is. They are in Northrend, so really the Horde attacking from all sides. The Warsong fighting over here, and the Trolls fighting to the north. Goblins fighting it, trying to defend. Okay. Over here we have Stormwind. Where is Stormwind right now?
Town is under
They're
siege.
still they are here. So is no one going to address the Warsong basically defending? Oh, there you go.
Ready for action.
And Dalaran has to go fight the Naga, so pretty hectic fight over here. Over here we have the Khazmodan towers, really powerful towers. They have a really high DPS with improved cannon towers. As you can see, they also have a lot of range, so they can shoot down demolishers. And one will go down, then the other will be targeted by the Azeroth siege engines. Pretty big fight here.
Our town is under siege.
Meanwhile, Stormwind is going to be pushing from the north with their reinforcements, and Lordaeron from the south. But Lordaeron, now that his ally had to go defend, they're going to run, so they're going to try and join up with Stormwind. Meanwhile, it seems that the dwarves have been defending here. It's the push has slowed down considerably, and you see Grom and Barak are in pretty dire shape. I do not think that Warsong push will work here. And here comes the golems that are going to be trying to kill the siege engines here, and without defense, without protections, they are quite vulnerable. But here comes the reinforcement for the Warsong, and I think that with all those reinforcements, it is going to be enough to push through. Yes. Meanwhile, let's have a look. Where are okay, Lordaeron and Stormwind will be fighting the goblins and the Frostwolf. Let's see how this fight goes. And the Zeppelins and the tanks. Where are the goblin tanks, by the way? Feels like they're not. Oh, they're back here. Troll ultimate immediately cancelled. What happened? Okay, so it seems that Dalaran has beaten the Naga. Yes, there it is. So they correctly defeated the Naga. Really good play by Dalaran. I didn't see the fight, but it's pretty hard matchup, I would imagine, since like Naga units are pretty tough in general.
Our allied town is being attacked.
Over here, Augustin once again is is running away from all these goblins and crosswolf units. And meanwhile, Linus is mustering over here. Royce is also running away, and there's some random wasps.
Town is under siege.
And Kiraj has rebuilt some of their forces, huh? Well, they do have still a lot of territory, as you can see. They have the whole of Najatar, they have the whole of Nayotla, and they hid some workers inside the tunnels. And finally, they have Oldon over here. So, not quite out yet, interestingly enough. Meanwhile, the Scarlet Crusade has made their push, but I think that this will be their undoing because by coming out of their monastery, the Alliance finally decided that they had enough and are slaughtering them. A really good fight here, but I do not think that they will survive this. While the Draenei are inside of Quel'Thalas, interesting. And he's taking control, still taking control of a bunch of control points. Okay. Here comes the Vindicators. So Frostwolf have cleaned up everything in Stormwind, in Thunderblood. And oh, there goes the Draenei. Let's take a look where Stormwind is. Stormwind is dealing with all these Warsong Raiders, but they're not done yet. And over here we have a battle between defenders and Warsong grunts. And these raiders they have a bonus versus building. That's why they're doing so much damage, even though they don't have a siege attack. And they are going to be eating up all these buildings if you don't do something about it. Raiders are good at raiding. That's their purpose. Over here, Stormwind is getting destroyed by the powerful Goblin army. Goblin late games are pretty strong because they start to ramp up their trade. You should really try and destroy the Kezan Trading Center because that's like the source of their power and their money. Over here we have the Sappers basically bombarding from afar. And the Shredders, all very powerful, but these units are gonna get a slight nerf incoming, so... Oh, what's this? Someone consulted the artifact menu. Interesting. Okay. I also don't know why they do that, but as you can see, they don't level their skills. So like 4, 2, 2. Come on, guys. Give your heroes at least like just level up stats if you don't want to deal with it. Okay. So feels like the Alliance is in the back foot. Zandalar has left the game. I did not see when, but they did. Scarlet Crusade basically do not have anything left. They have some troops, but they're quite spent. The only thing they have is their hold here. And there you go. They threw in the towel. So who's left? We have Stormwind here, and they're trapped in the corner by all these Frostwolf. They're going to turn and fight. This is quite a battle. I'm not sure who's winning, but I think Stormwind is? Yeah, the Torrents are not in front, but they're in the back. What are you guys doing? These are saboteurs, they're terrible at fighting. And here comes the EMP, only Rexart wasn't affected. And Cairn is getting focused, but here comes a big bad Voodoo. Where is Vol'jin? Vol'jin is... not sure if he's dead now. So Frostwolf getting cut down here by Stormwind. Quite a fight, quite a scrap. Because over here we have Varian Rin, oh, healed just in time, and Rexar just hacking down at them. But as you can see, the backline here are really suffering because the torrents finally they're more in the front line. That's where they should have been. But a bit too late because all their supports were destroyed, and I think they should run away. They also lost all their items. So you got Rexar here. You should run. Run! And just in time because he has Ashbringer.
Our town
What is
is
he
under
doing?
siege.
That was a very
Our
questionable
town
decision.
is under siege.
Okay. So where will the Warsong TP? About the goblins. The goblins are dealing with these really annoying bugs. Here comes the big bad ship. The only air transport in the game, by the way, the only unit that enables you to transport unit by air is this Gallywig's personal transport. Okay. Here comes a very dangerous hurricane. That's the ultimate of mode. It has an extremely small zone, but anything inside that zone will die very quickly. So get away from the giant tornado, basically. Over here we have the Ogre's mercenaries trying to come help the goblins. We have the Trade Prince guards. All the tanks in the background. Again, someone consulting the artifact menu.
Our allied town is under siege.
Over here we have some goblins units just taking control of Kulturas Borealis Island.
Job's done.
Okay. Where is Lordaeron going? Oh, okay. So Lordaeron and Dalaran fighting Warsong. We have Sorfang here in the front, really powerful, very tanky hero. Sorfang is like the epitome of enduring. I'm not sure why these war machines are black. That's kind of weird. Huh. Maybe it's a replay bug. So, I think this is not going too well for the Warsong. This is a really good concave. Ooh. A nuke is getting fired. Probably will miss. Yeah, they see it. They see it in time. If the Warsong had kept fighting, it would have been better, but they didn't, so... So the nuke is fired by this thing here, our intercontinental battery. Okay. Frostwolf will need to rebuild their force, but they're quite poor. As you can see, they don't have any heroes rebuilt yet, but they do have a lot of torrents and casters, so it's not bad. And they have 7 Sys upgrade, which is really good. But as you can see, the Alliance back in the driving seat. And the Horde really needs to get rid of this Anchorage player. He's been really annoying. The Warsong basically got cleared out. And Northrend is still firmly in control of the Alliance, so they have a lot of territory. The islands are in control of the goblins, as you can see. Wow, all these bunkers. And over here, Lordaeron is going to be clearing out the people again. The people hiding in Gilneas, cutting down the orcs. Okay, so Anchorage getting cleared out by the goblins. Let's see where the dwarves are. The dwarves have regained control of their home. Over here, the Warsong still has their barracks, but I assume they're going to get cleared quite fast by the Stormwind.
Our forces are under attack.
Raiders killing the peasants. Still roaming the land free.
Our allies' town is under siege.
Okay, let's go back to Augustin.
Ready for action.
He's going to be exiting
Our
Gilneas.
forces are under attack.
How about Linus? Has he rebuilt? Okay,
Complete.
his ally is reviving.
Rise.
But as you can see, Stormwind has a force of pikemen and marksmen moving into Orgrimmar.
Our town is under attack.
Where is he reviving? Over here. So as you can see, he's reviving his heroes, rebuilding his siege, rebuilding his elites, the Korkun elite, some axe throwers. He is falling behind in upgrades. As you can see, 7-6 compared to 4-3 here. Let's see the Goblin. The Goblin has not cleared up Anchorage yet.
Town is being attacked.
An interesting decision. I would have made sure they were dead. Oh, they have a big army. Okay. It's quite annoying, but what can you do? So, Royce, Stormwind has been harassing Kalimdor quite a lot. This Shredder is almost out of fuel. Once he's out of fuel, he won't be able to move anymore, and he's gonna be stuck there until he refuels. And as you can see, this army does not have a... see, he's stuck now. Ooh. So he will have to build a fuel tank and bring fuel from his oil supply.
Ready for action. Forces are under attack. Ready for action.
So here you go. Royce has TP'd back into Kalimdor, and it seems like Augustin is gonna TP here in the Shimmering Flats. So this indicates to me that this game is growing to an end, because there's nothing. There's not a lot of things preventing the Alliance from winning now. Here come the goblins. They have a lot of resources, to say the least. But is it going to be enough? Here comes Stormwind. And there you go. It seems that the Alliance have enough to win the game. And that will be it. The Horde just didn't have enough in them. They lost most of their they lost their big battles, so now it was just a matter of the Alliance cleaning up. So there you go. This was a really cool game. A lot of back and forth.
Our town is
And
under attack.
yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want more replays, really, if you want me to cast more replays, by all means, tell me in the comments. Tell me that this is the type of content you like. And if you want more, and then make sure to subscribe, because I will definitely be posting more if that's what you wish. So I hope you people enjoyed this, and I will catch you all next time with this last epic fight that we can watch quickly. Yeah, GG well.